Good morning. How many of you had a Netflix weekend?
Oh, stand over there.
I had an HBO.
How many had a Netflix night? Yeah, we spend a lot of time in front of our screens these days, don't we? That's where Classy Hippie Tea Company really excels. T for us stands for travel, events, and activism. Our mission: we have created a membership organization dedicated to connecting exceptional individuals, such as yourself, both socially and professionally, through tea. Not only the cup you drink, but TEA, travel, events, and activism. What is the problem that we are addressing? Social isolation. Most people in the room raised their hand when I asked who had a Netflix weekend. When I asked who had a Netflix night, more raised their hands. Social isolation. What does it lead to? Impoverished communities, public health disasters. Depression goes up, anxiety goes up, relationships start to fail. What's your community look like? This graph represents the amount of the demographics of people that face public health situations. At the bottom, they have public health situations listed: mistreatment of people by police, racial tension, illegal immigration, crime, concerns that we have in our community. What's one way that we can break this down? How about we just meet over a cup of tea? What if we started talking to our neighbors? What if we really started to hang out with the people that are in our community? How simple is that? Very similar to 1 million cups, right? Right, evidently it works. The solution: a tea club membership. Through tea product sales, a variety of events, networking, and social gatherings centered around tea, we encourage our members to create lasting bonds and friendships, enriching each other's lives, and enhancing philanthropic causes. All right, so what's that mean? Breaking it down to the skinny. TEA, travel, events, and activism. Travel, we have a partnership where we do hiking, camping, outdoor events, really getting back to the earth, no technology around, and guess what we take with us? Rock and roll. If we're having a social event at our new location that we just opened in Oak Park, guess what it's centered around? Rock and roll. And lastly, if we are participating in any kind of activism, what do you think we are going to bring to the table? Rock and roll. You got it. Tea. Through our tea sales, we fund our activism, we fund our travel, and we fund our events. See where this is going? So, our member benefits: tea, travel, events, activism. You get 20% off of all your tea purchases. We have over 40 custom blends in stock, and they're all organic. And I prepare those blends as a professional tea sommelier, the only one north of San Francisco. It's here in Sacramento. Travel. Again, locally, we have camping, hiking, rafting. Globally, we do resorts and retreats. Our next big one is coming up in February, and we will be visiting Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is so awesome because you can be in the mountains picking tea in the morning, and you can be on the beach at a resort at night. That allows us to hit two different things at one time. Now we can really see where our tea is coming from, get involved with the farms, have activism there, as well as have leisure time. Events, workshops, conferences, seminars. We just opened a brand new location in Oak Park. We sit about 15 there. But in addition to that, we also have another event space in Midtown that sits up to 70. This gives us tons of opportunity to have events in this community centered around tea, non-alcoholic, that can enrich all of our lives by building community. Activism, Again, philanthropy is what we're about. There's some awesome apps out there. One is Kiva that we use. We donate through them to support other entrepreneurs. We have, here in Sacramento, homelessness is a huge problem. We donate to different groups that support homelessness. We, as activists, as a group of individuals, support other people that are rocking their industry. The details, over 40 different varieties. Tea is the second most consumed beverage in the world. All of these classy hippie tea blends, as well as the travel and events for $9.99 a month. Why $9.99 a month? Netflix! We're used to paying $9.99 a month. It's acceptable to us. We know what to expect for $9.99 a month. How easy this works. Step 1, visit Classy Hippie Tea Co. Step 2, select Tea Club. And number 3, register and welcome to being a Classy Hippie Tea member. Revenue model starts with consumer, all of you. They visit the website, become members. And lastly, I see you on a trip. Our team, myself, finance and co-owner is Mike Chaldone. We've really pushed to have women involved in the company and in executive positions. Our leader of technology is Dr. Tamation Shori, and Ebony London is in charge of human resources and our administrative. What now? Do more of what makes you happy. Apply.
Awesome. Go ahead and stay up here. So how can, we always like to ask this question first. How can this group here help you achieve your goals with Classy Hippie Tea?
Drink more tea.
Drink more tea. Drink more tea, right?
There it is. You know, I say drink more tea, like in general, because there's not enough tea companies to fight right now. Right now, it's all about an educational platform. Yeah.
So now I'll open it up to general questions.
Where are you located?
33rd and Broadway, 3226-A Broadway. And that will be Oak Park. So.
I see you were missing one thing where online I'd like to meet up with light tea drinkers. So I think if you had if I'm paying the $9.99, I'd like to say, okay, can I see, let's meet up at this time, maybe we're a book tea club.
I'm so happy you actually said that, because that is what our Broadway location as well as our Midtown location serve as. It's our tea house, it's our members den. And if you are a member, you have your own login through the website, which will keep track of all your orders, anything you've ever had, your preferences, as well as allow you to connect with other tea lovers locally as well as globally. So,
Where's your Midtown location?
C and 24th. And that's only an event space.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Noted.
If you have an event space, is it open for other organizations in the community to use your event space?
My business to stay in business, Laura. Of course. Yes. I would love to
I would
share.
take that as a yes.
So,
Are the other activities that you do, the rafting and trips, is that in addition to the subscription fee?
it would be.
Okay.
So what happens is through your subscription fee, it allows you to participate in the events, and from there your prices are subsidized. So say it would be $35 if you were going, I don't know, directly with REI. Through us, you would get it for $25, and it would also include tea and food that would go with the trip.
So the trips and meetups, have you already started doing those?
Yeah.
Or what kind of participation have you had?
Right now, it's been, I would say, even killed. And it's even killed because, in my opinion, we're in Northern California. A lot of people are used to going to the river on the weekend. They know access points on the American River, things of that sort. So because of that, they have their groups that they go with.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we go down to the bay and things of that sort, we have a lot more participation because we're taking people outside of the local area.
Mhm.
So we're still learning on that piece. We've been running it now for about 6 months, and we're starting to get more and more data points.
So is most of your revenue from your monthly subscription
No T-cells.
T-cells?
Yeah, individual T-cells.
Can non-members purchase tea?
Yes. Non-members can absolutely purchase tea, but non-members cannot participate in any of the events. Yeah.
Yeah, so where do you get the tea? Do you have it from your supplier?
Yep. Great question. So different teas come from different countries, right?
Yeah, right.
If you have a green tea, you're either going to have China or Japan.
Right.
If you have black tea, more than likely you're looking at like Kenya, or you're looking at Sri Lanka, as I mentioned, or Assam, India. So
Yeah, just a follow-up, do you buy the bulk yourself, the package, or do you buy
I do.
the package?
no, I buy in package. Yeah, still small.
Thank you.
I'm doing the legwork.
So, how long have you been in business?
This is our 6th year.
Oh, wow. So you've been out there for a while.
Yeah.
And to expand to, say, the Bay Area, what do you need to be able to do that? In terms of resources, space, all those things.
So right now, we just opened our Oak Park location 2 weeks ago. Before that, previous to that, we had about 300 square feet. We're outgrowing our warehouses at about a rate of 6 months to a year right now. Now the catch with that is when you expand, you need the money and the capital to do it. So really that's been the catch. The orders are coming in, and then I need to try to get the capital to fill. And from there you allot a little bit to growth, a little bit to marketing, things of that sort.
And where are you getting, how do you want to raise capital? Is it strictly through revenue, or are you looking for other ways to raise capital?
I personally, now I do have a team, but I personally really like to use sites such as Kiva and things of that, where we take microloans and we pay people back. And what that does is it let people start to engage with us, become involved with the company, and we develop relationships, which again, community relationships is what we're about.
So some people aren't familiar with Kiva. Could you explain that a little bit better?
Kiva is a micro lending company out of San Francisco, and what it is again, it's a loan. I myself could put in $25. Gentleman here could put in $25. Ma'am here could put in $25, and that $25 collectively would go to fund Laura that needs $100. So now you get 3 different investors at $25 increments that would loan you the money. The catch is 0 interest.
Do you have an open, how does Kiva work in terms of, do you like put a campaign out there and people fund it? So you have any open campaigns right now?
I do not, no. We're only funding right now. So we fund other companies, and of course, the companies that we fund will be like farmers, people dealing in other public health, and it's nationwide as well, it's worldwide.
Do you know Ruby Simonson with First Mother Farms?
I do. Ruby and I are actually looking at working together. All of our tea obviously is going to come from outside the U.S. because we can't grow tea here. We just don't have the proper conditions, although they are trying in Seattle. But Ruby Simon, we're working together. She just started First Mother Farms in January. This is our first harvest, and she does a ton of local herbs. We're looking to get our herbs from her as well as Israel Farms.
So I know this isn't a financial presentation, so you might not want to talk about numbers specifically, but can you tell us a little bit about sales growth in terms of percentages over the last couple of years?
Over the last couple of years, I'll start from down. So month over month, right now we're experiencing growth at about 150%. Over the last few years, it's been a lot slower. Why? Up until year 4, it was only me running the company. Once I started to get investors and really people willing to put in sweat equity with me, operations, everything became more tight, and profits, margins started increasing.
I had a quick question.
And that is on your travel, you had mentioned about going to Sri Lanka. Is that a group situation? Or
It will be.
People can attend with you?
And absolutely, grouping, again, we're going to visit tea farms and things of that sort. What better way to visit a tea farm than with a professional tea sommelier? At the same time, even if no one goes, I'm going. The company is about people participating in a shared dream of helping others. And with that, it's a shared dream. I can't stop my dream, nor do I want you to stop yours because a friend can't participate.
Thank you. Any other questions? Anything else you'd like to tell us that maybe we didn't ask? What's your best-selling tea?
Beautiful people. It's a green tea, organic green tea. It's a sencha green tea from Japan. It has a touch of lemongrass just to add that zest. But the orange and the strawberry is really the claim to fame in that tea. And again, it's all organic.
How much?
They're $15 for a 2-ounce bag. A 2-ounce bag, it gets you about 20 servings.
All right, well, thank you very much.